They deleted that. Documented call Wack. They exposed Wack in paperwork. Is it this? Let's see.
Go Figure TV. Back. Bout that Wack is over. Yes.
They thought it was up under my name. I had a living beyond the means excuse to come in there was all up on the different corporations.
Wack is claiming that FBI did not know his house was not in his name before entering his home, and once they found his paperwork...
Hold on, let me see if I can find this. Is it this?
Wack100, most famously known for arguing on Clubhouse, has been exposed as an confidential informant in paperwork recently released by defendant Money Mark and Stutterbox. Before we play the recording of Money Mark, who was the main defendant in this case, confirming Wack is back, let's take a look back to when Wack himself spoke on this case and admitted to meeting with the feds and also saying they owe him a favor.
Once they hit my motherfucking home office, that's when they called the search off. Because in the home office, he then discovered the house and the cars and everything they thought was up under my name, that had that living beyond the means excuse to come in there, was all up under different corporations.
Wack is claiming that FBI did not know his house was not in his name before entering his home, and once they found his paperwork in his home office, they called off the search. How does the FBI not have this information prior to search warrant?
My attorney, we go down to the federal building on Wilshire Boulevard, right up to 405. We go up top. Now, I get up top, I'm tripping niggas. So when I tell the motherfuckers, hey, look, y'all raided my house. Y'all had motherfuckers cuffed up in my house. Y'all did all this shit, and y'all know damn well I was clean. Y'all embarrassed me, this, that. We filed in the suit. When we get outside with my attorney, two officers that's depicted in there came to the front of me, and my attorney said, hey, look, man, let this shit go. This shit gonna fuck. This ain't gonna look good on us. We didn't know you. That boy put us on you, right? But we'll owe you one.
Wack is explaining going down to the federal building tripping and basically the detectives telling him on the spot that Stutterbox told us on you. This seems a little odd that detectives would give up someone who is supposedly working for them name, and also beg to drop the lawsuit and let us owe you a favor. Wack has told this story on several occasions, changing it up a little each time.
When I got up to the top floor, we went to go get my personal belongings, me and my attorney, when I saw the two women with that FBI flag jackets come out, that Stutterbox would always invite to dinner when we was eating at Stevie's on the Strip, that's when I knew what time it was. When we come off the elevator, I see a bunch of people in FBI flag jackets. Guess who one of the persons I see? The fucking female from New Orleans that asked about the 5 keys.
Sounds like a scene from Power. Was it one or was it two women? Now Wack100 decides to use his favor the detective promised him and calls it in. Listen to how easy it is for Wack100 to get the information. These is words coming from Wack, and like he always says, the truth could never be considered disrespect.
I'm sitting back, I call my attorney. I said, hey, yo, call that officer, I need to have a word with him. Yo, didn't you say that Stutterbox is a cooperant for you? Yeah, documented on paper. Yeah, documented, he's a CI. Been that for 6-7 years. You got the paper and all, whatever y'all use. Yeah, we got that. Okay, yo, contact this dude. Have them call Stutterbox to the stand. Yeah, I called it in that day, and I did sue, but I used the card and that was it.
Stutterbox alleges that Wack100 was caught on a wiretap with Dale Dog conspiring to commit murder. This is why his house was raided and led him to working with the police as back. Stutterbox explains to Juice M's that Wack gave up his address.
His house got raided because he was on the wiretap with Dog,
What is Mark saying I had to do with the case, bro?
Wack, listen, in the paperwork, it said you tried to call Dog, remember?
I tried to
and he
call
won't take
Dog.
your call. And I sent it to you. And he
I
said
talked to Dog. I talked to Dog. That whole Main Street shit, that was your play. I had nothing to do with it. I was a victim. I was a victim.
There you have it. Wack admitting to being a victim on the case, talking to Dale Dog, and also saying Money Mark was completely right.
dude that spoke on Shaq, he's completely right because I was caught up in the middle of all that.
Stutterbox said you in my paperwork on wiretap, right?
So Stutterbox confirmed that Wack was included in his paperwork
On the Main Street
on
case,
the Main Street case,
which he wasn't charged. But this guy is saying the only person that was arrested
was Cash Jones.
If Greg's credibility hurts the findings of the entire task force or not?
Well, first of all, there were no arrests made other than Cash Jones.
When you get the discovery, was part of that the actual wiretap?
The whole transcript. I got the whole transcript. The whole transcripts of the whole wiretaps.
And do you, in that paperwork, do you see your conversation with Cash Jones in them transcripts?
That was the initiating. When they started recording.
Right. And Cash Jones.
In the paperwork they put him as Back. BACK. And
right.
I kept asking
the Wack boy in a minute.
The lawyer, like, who the fuck is? I ain't talked to no Back.
Nasty
And they
way.
said, nah, that's Wack. So they put him in Back because he a blood. So
Wow.
All right, man. Hey, if this is what y'all trying to get Wack down with, man, this shit was boring as hell, man. Wack ain't guilty, man. Like, I'm sorry to say. Wack is one of them niggas like, yo, he's like a cockroach, bro. Like, if you gonna come for him, you gotta come for him direct. You gotta make sure you come for him right. This shit looked like it was trying to put me to sleep, and unfortunately, who knows if they have any points in this, but I just don't care anymore. I'm sorry to say. So, again, if someone has succinctly a way to put this out and they have, like, personal testimonies rather than be like, yo, ask somebody else, I would gladly hear them out. But, honestly, at this point, I don't really have anything to say about that shit. Somebody said, Ak, you look sleepy as fuck watching. Of course, nigga. I'm like, nigga, I was about to fall asleep watching this bullshit, man. Get this out of here, man. Shit. Do I think Wack said cooperate, nigga? I don't even give a fuck. What the hell? God damn. Oh, let me get into some, like, nerd shit real quick. It'll get my blood going a little bit. Keep me up. Yo, so chat, this is so interesting what's going on with, like, TikTok and Universal. Like, this is, like, a really interesting, and I know most of y'all love the music industry, but you may not be an artist, and you may not be on the label side. So let me show you what's going on. So TikTok basically had said, yo, our lease or our agreement with Universal Music Group, and by the way, remember, Universal Music Group is the umbrella label, the biggest label, with artists all on Republic. So your Nicki Minaj, your Taylor Swift, your Drake, your Weekends, your, I believe, Olivia Rodrigo, whoever the fuck that is. Most of the artists that you like, they're on Universal Music Group. Now, because TikTok and Universal Music Group hasn't came to an agreement, it was set to expire on February 1st, and Universal Music Group said, yo, listen, we're down for our music not to be on your platform. Like, you know, by the way, this is, you have to realize, if you guys ever watch, like, sports a lot and you wonder why sometimes, you know, they go into these holdouts or whatever, because negotiating means nothing if you'll fall for everything, right? Like, you have to show somebody, yo, I won't tolerate this, or I won't, you know, this is unacceptable. And that's pretty much what this is, right? So TikTok was okay with the deal. Universal Music Group says, nah, we're not getting paid enough. TikTok comes back around and say, well, we have a few ways to pay y'all, but if we are going to pay people, we rather just pay the the individual artist rather than the label. And of course, the labels are upset. They're like, yo, whoa. Number one, it's getting a little bit closer to people realizing they don't need labels, right, for anything at all. But even before we get to that, everybody's looking at this whole situation. Wait, what are you talking about? Everybody's looking at this situation and be like, yo, dog, the labels are only using the artists as a pawn because they want to make a point to say, yo, y'all are preventing artists from getting money. The labels only care for themselves. TikTok is more right in this situation, even though they're not right, because they're trying to pay little to nothing and the artists don't really get as much. But at least on the priority list, they want to save their pockets. The second thing they want to save is the pockets of the artists. And that's the problem. Because when it comes to TikTok, they don't want to spend or pay out a lot of money because they're thinking that, hey, listen, we're giving a lot of free promo already. Now, if you look at let me see if I can find it. Universal Music Group Meta revenue. So basically, Universal Music Group, so UMG, they came to an agreement with Meta to basically like agree or like kind of license the music that they have through Instagram sounds and other things that will be on the platform, right? They actually did that over a year ago, and you will see what they even said about like Meta, right? They're basically saying that, and this is like their stock market, like update people what's going on. They said evolving and expanding relationships with long-term partners, including Amazon, Twitch, and Meta in revenue sharing, and Apple with spatial audio. Does it actually show here? Oh, it doesn't show it here. But basically, they show that for Meta contributed previously like about like 20% of their income for the year, which they thought was dope. But here's what happened. Now is it different people when it comes to like hip hop? I think people just don't understand hip hop at all. So when people look at exactly what I just said in TikTok, and how TikTok is like, they're treating music, people's not realizing that when it comes to hip hop and how it affects like the promotion. Like, for example, like most music ain't really as popular without TikTok these days. TikTok knows that, right? So the record labels have reported about 20% for Meta. So for Instagram, this and third, they're saying for TikTok is only paying them 1%. So that's the beef. You know what I mean? I'm trying to simplify it for y'all. TikTok comms.
So they're saying the big Pyru himself, Wack100, snitched. This is very, very hard to believe, bro. Like Wack100, you feel me? Well, I can't say it's hard to believe because with the QCP situation when the paperwork for P came out, Wack100, like if you'll keep it a bean, he is a very biased person. Like he will call someone that he doesn't like if they rat a rat, this, that. But someone like P who's made hundreds of millions of dollars, he's rich and he's a business partner for him. Just like how Wack would work with 6ix9ine, he has no problem with P. He doesn't even call P a snitch. You feel me? Yeah. But come on, bro. All these snitches, this, that stuff, like Lil Baby working for P and P told, but you feel me? The Gunna situation is just different. Like, I ain't gonna lie, but I feel like the Gunna situation, even though this is off track, the reason why he's so mad at Gunna is because of who he was telling on. Like, if it was just anybody, any random person, it probably wouldn't matter like that. But since it's Young Thug, and Young Thug is like influenced like all of early 2010s Atlanta, and Lil Baby falls under that. Well, basically all of 2010s Atlanta who did like the little mumble sounds and all that stuff. Young Thug influenced all that. So yeah, bro, it's a lot of people who just would not fuck with Gunna. But man, Wack100, he just needs to, you feel me? I don't know. Like, I fuck with Wack, but the shit with Wack, bro, he just says so much shit sometimes, and then majority of the times it be bullshit, bro. Like, and I don't know why he's like that, why he does that. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, you will look at his face and stuff and think he's like a serious ass nigga. Like, he won't lie about anything. Like, he'll keep it a bean about stuff. But Wack really just be lying, like, for no reason. And the crazy shit about it is, probably if someone was around him and called him out about it, he'll probably, you feel me, get hot, start doing this, that, for you telling him the truth. But, I mean, you can't really expect that much, especially about a man who, like, you feel me, they said that he hops in Clubhouse butt ass naked, like ass out, to it up, which is weird. But I mean, it's his own home, so we can't really judge. But personally, me, I wouldn't do nothing like that. But let me know what you guys feel about this whole situation in the comments below. It's your boy Big Act News. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, let me know what's your thoughts about the whole thing. Like, I really want to know.